Bergie and Booker. He's Bergie. I'm Booker, and we're getting ready to enlighten you all on a couple things.
All right, so
Masters. Hey, let's talk Masters. It's Masters weekend, and I'm in one of these pools. It's really kind of fun. They break all the golfers down into tiers, and it's based on the Vegas odds, basically. So the first 8, you can pick one of the first 8, and that's Scheffler, Rahm, Rory, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau was in there, and then you go to tier 2, and you pick one of those 8. And then the bottom 2 tiers have like 20 guys in them because those guys are like 1,000 to 1 or 1,500 to 1 to win it. So I'm hoping it's a fun way to watch. I'm hoping my golfers play well, but I'm also, you really do find yourself rooting against, and like, I don't have Sergio on my team. I can openly root against Sergio. And I like rooting for Rory McIlroy. Now, I do have to admit, I did not pick Tiger Woods. He was in the same tier as Tommy Fleetwood. And for some ungodforsaken reason, I think he's pretty cool. So I want to root for him. But I'm not going to root against Tiger either. So it'll be interesting. I had Tiger at one point, but I dumped him. But Masters pools make it even more interesting, especially on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because we all know the Masters doesn't start until the back 9 on Sunday.
Yeah, you're the golf guy. I mean, I like to play it. I don't follow it and watch it as much as you do. But the guys I'm rooting for this weekend are Phil Mickelson, Bubba Watson.
No.
Justin, Brooks Koepka.
No, you're not.
Cameron Smith.
You're not.
Kevin
Na. Yeah, Cam Smith was in that top tier.
Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau. I'm voting for every single LIV guy. I want a LIV.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
I 100% am. Listen.
Hey, it's the Bergie and Booker show. We're going to call it the good guy and the creep show, or the creep and the good guy.
So I'm wearing a black shirt. I should have got a black hat. Here's my thing. I love Westerns growing up, okay? And I like a bad guy and a good guy. Now, John Wayne's the only real Western, all right? I like a bad guy. I like a good guy. But answer me this. Is golf or is golf a sport?
Golf's a sport.
Okay, so if golf's a sport, name me a sport that isn't at its absolute best when there's an evil empire.
That's fair.
When the U is playing Notre Dame and it's Catholics versus convicts, absolute.
That's a fair point.
College.
That doesn't mean you have to root for the evil empire. You don't have to root for the empire. I want
complete and utter chaos. I want the LIV guys to blow them out.
It's going to be awful.
I just think it'd be hysterical. I don't want it every year, but I want there to be like this blow up. We're like, hey, this is stupid. Why can't we all just
swim to see it?
Play? I mean, let's.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So, and that's also what I'd love to see in the comments below. Is golf an activity or is it a sport? Or I mean, and the other thing we have to remember.
You can gamble on it. You can gamble on it, so it's a sport.
Don't ever lose sight of the fact that it's all entertainment. It's all NFL football. Effectively is entertainment. I have a buddy of mine who's a coach with the Ravens, and I tell him all the time, "You're in the entertainment business. That's what you're in." And he's like, "I know."
So imagine this, and I'm talking for ratings. I'm talking for television. I'm talking for mainstream sports shows to be talking about golf. If a LIV Tour guy wins or he's in it on Sunday, and imagine the publicity for the next major. Imagine if we go 2 LIV guys, 2 PGA guys in the 4 majors. Imagine if we're, Ryder Cup, any of that stuff.
Well, I think the Ryder Cup might be Ixnay for the LIV guys. Somebody just came out. The DP World Tour came out and said, like, we're not tolerating it. So it'll be interesting to see how they get their points to be selected for the Ryder Cup. I saw a show where they were talking about how this might really, truly affect the Ryder Cup. Whereas 2 weeks ago, it was going to be, the regular guys playing in the Ryder Cup, which is also one of the great, most entertaining events in golf.
Yeah, and it's exciting because it's a team sport, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. What's the
it
LIV?
is, and you guys are all revved up.
What's the LIV Tour?
It's not a team sport.
It is. They have a team sport. You win individually and you win as a team.
LIV Tour's a bunch of blood money from the Saudis, and
I'll take blood money from the Saudis over dudes wearing sports bras for Nike and calling it an advertising campaign, and sweatshops for little kids. I mean, it doesn't bother me. We've been down this road before. You can look into every advertiser, you can look into every league, and they all take money from something. So the Saudi money doesn't bother me. I think the LIV Tour is a good concept. I think it needs to be tweaked. I think it needs to be changed a little bit, and I think it needs to merge with the PGA. I think that you should be able to play both. I've said it a million times. If you can keep your PGA card, then and earn your spots and still play LIV, why not?
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Jesus. That's a lot of money that they pony up for those dudes.
Yeah.
And they have no cuts, so guys are taking chance. Like, that's the other thing. They said it's going to be more entertaining to watch because
it is. Now, is it as easy to watch? No, but is it entertaining when a guy goes over a tree because he's not worried about making a cut on a Friday and everything like that? Again, it doesn't replace PGA golf, but the only golf I watch is the majors, really. I'm your average golf fan. I watch the majors, and then I'll watch if something good's on a Sunday, a tournament, and there's nothing else on. And because really they don't have baseball on anymore, unless you buy a package or something like that, I'll watch regular golf, but I have no problem turning in whether it's LIV or a PGA tournament. I mean, if it's competitive and it's fun, I'm all for it. It doesn't have to replace. It doesn't have. People are watching the XFL, not in great droves, but people are watching it. Is everybody?
I can tell. Anytime I see XFL on, there's not a lot of people in the stands.
No, there's not. But do you hate the XFL guys for trying to continue to play?
Oh, no.
That's my point. Then why do you hate the LIV guys? Because
so let me ask you this question: is it yes or no? Is a lot of that hate just because of Greg Norman? Yes or no?
Yeah, he's not even allowed at the Masters. He's not even allowed at the Masters. I've said it once. I've said it before. Everybody
never won.
Everybody.
By the way, his Sunday collapse in 1993 or what? He lost to Nick Faldo. He started the day. People don't really realize this. He started the day 6 shots ahead of Nick Faldo, and Nick Faldo beat him by 6 shots. There was a 12-shot difference in their scores.
So let me ask you a question. Greg Norman is not invited to the Masters, okay? As a major winner and as a historically good golfer.
Probably in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Probably in the world.
Right? Number 1 ranked in the world for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. He's not allowed the Masters. And I'm not against what I'm about to say, but I'm telling you, the Masters has Instagram chicks all over the Masters taking pictures, these golf Instagram girls in little outfits, working either with PXG or working with somebody else, and they're taking pictures of the food, and they're posting all over Instagram all these things. All right, is that very Masters and Major League to have that going on? And I'm all for Instagram models and golf and all that stuff. I'll follow. I enjoy it, so I'm not against that. I'm just saying, what are you doing? I mean, it's like you're
vision and what are boobies?
Yeah. Okay. Tight shirts, boobs, short dress on, Instagram inside the gates. And I guarantee you some of those girls didn't buy their tickets. They were handed tickets because they're going to promote products or they're going to promote this, and they're going to be running around to the tents. They're going to take pictures all weekend. Again, all for tight shirts, short skirts. I'm not against this, but I'm saying
doesn't make you a bad person.
But yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, what we're picking and choosing what we're outraged about in the world of golf right now. And the idea that we're outraged about guys getting paid lots of money to perform, and if the thing doesn't work, then maybe they didn't all get their money and maybe they took a chance. But I got to believe some of them have some pretty high paid lawyers that some of that money's got to be guaranteed.
Right. Oh, I bet. And you think Paulina Gretzky? You think Paulina Gretzky's on the grounds at Augusta?
Oh, she'll be there. I'm hoping, because she's a great follow. She's a great follow.
She's a good follow. She's a good follow.
What was it the Masters, the tournament where they followed her going up the steps a little bit too close for her liking? But
No.
she's the one that wore the skirt that was that big.
Yeah. Well, she's been known to.
Yeah.
It's a conversation for another time, my friend. Another time.
So, I'm for a LIV guy being involved on Sunday in a heavy way, whether he wins it.
I think they have. I think you make a fair point that yes, it's kind of entertaining. It adds to the drama of it, and they have enough good golfers where somebody from the LIV Tour has got to be in the top 5.
And if somebody from the LIV Tour wins, one of the first things out of their mouth is going to be about the LIV Tour. And you can't not interview the Masters champion on CBS wearing a green jacket.
Yeah. In Butler Cabin.
You can't not interview him. So it's going to come out. Now I'm hoping
they were all wearing. So I watched some of the practice round or had it on, and a lot of them were wearing their team shirt. Like I think Dustin Johnson. I don't follow it that closely, but I think Dustin Johnson's team is the Aces.
Yeah,
he was wearing a shirt with the big Aces logo on it. So
that's a little NASCAR-y to me. But the NBA does it already. I think the NFL has some things on their practice jerseys and some other stuff. So that's
NHL has them on their helmets now.
Yeah, that's
they have an ad on their helmets. It's
kind of where we are. I would hope that whoever wins, if it is a LIV guy, I think what would really go leaps and bounds is if a LIV guy won and he came on, he mentioned the LIV Tour and talked about how good the golf is on the LIV Tour, but didn't make that the sole purpose. He won, like we said, won with a little class and just kind of said, hey, I love the Masters. Like talked about how important the Masters are, talked about how great it is to win a major, talked about what a great course, what a great venue. And he's so happy that they let the LIV Tour guys play. And like you can win it like that. And now I'm not sure every LIV guy will be that gracious, but I think there's a couple of them will. That
I agree.
And then it's on, because you got 3 more left, and it's like PGA, LIV 1, PGA O. I mean, I would totally do it like that. If I was running the LIV ad campaigns, if they win, I would be crushing.
Yeah, simple, literally LIV 1, PGA 0. That's it. That's the ad.
Yeah.
You should work for an ad agency.
Yeah, that way you think. Who are you predicting? I know who you gambled on. Who are you predicting to win?
And it's not even like I put $30. I picked 8 guys. So yes, I would say, you said, I think my son just texted me and said Cam Smith's going to be a factor. And he's really good. He's really good. But also, who wouldn't love it to see Tiger? Although I didn't pick him. I'd like to see Tommy Fleetwood beat him.
So Tiger is everybody's favorite, because then golf's big again, rating wise. Mm-hmm. And, again.
Isn't that nuts? That is insane, by the way. That is clinically insane.
Imagine
if he's on and it's guaranteed double the ratings.
Imagine if Tiger is on against a LIV guy on the final day.
Okay.
Imagine that, because then everybody's rooting for Tiger.
If it's Tiger against Brooks Koepka, he doesn't strike me as the brightest guy. Brooks and Dustin Johnson don't strike me as, like, if somebody said, like, hey, you can have Tiger Woods or Brooks Koepka take your SATs for you, I'm definitely going with Tiger.
He went to Stanford, so
Who did? Oh yeah, Tiger did. But on Brooks to Koepka, you just see he seems like
I don't think Dustin Johnson's dumb. I just think he is just very, very chill and relaxed, and he's married to Paulina, and I think he's got a lot of money and a pretty damn good life, and I think people don't like him for that. I think he's one of those guys. He's like people hating Tom Brady because He's had success,
Right.
and, had a hot wife and, all that stuff. I mean, I think people are jealous of Dustin Johnson because you still get guys that bring stuff up whenever you talk about, oh, well, he failed a drug test like 10 years ago. I mean, what's
Right.
the big deal? I mean, not promoting failing
Right.
drug cocaine use, but I'm saying it's like bringing up stupid stuff all the time. So I'm hoping a LIV guy wins it. I'm not
Wins it.
Wins it. I'm hoping a LIV guy wins it. Even if
I'm telling you, Cam Smith is your best chance,
well,
best
yeah,
shot.
traditionally, and what he won? He won the Players last year, right?
He won the British Open.
Yeah,
He won the British Open
So
at St. Andrews.
So I mean, he's got a shot. He's got a real shot. But the defending champ. I mean, he's playing great.
Yeah,
he's playing great golf, and I
didn't pick him.
They showed the dinner last night. It was kind of like a kid's meal. It had a little bit of everything, but what do you think?
Did he serve Happy Meals?
Here's what I don't. This is why I think the LIV is just completely blown out of proportion because there were LIV guys at the dinner last night.
Oh yeah,
and
like 7 of them.
And if anybody really cared, it would have been all over Twitter and all over all this stuff there were some tensions at the dinner. And I think when they're all just locked in a room, I don't think anybody gives a shit. I really don't think anybody cares. It is what it is. It's not. It's back when we were growing up, the Eagles players wouldn't be friends with Cowboys players or Giants players. All right, colleges hated each other in all sports and pros. But now NBA guys jump back and forth, and football guys, they're on Instagram and they're one day they're here, the next day they got a contract with the 49ers, and then
right. Oh yeah. So here's the big thing with the golf and the LIV Tour and all that is Freddie Couples came out and said, I have no problem with the LIV Tour. Go do what you do. And, they had all of a sudden gotten to that same point about the money, like every sports industry has money from child slaves or whatever that is. He said, the LIV Tour is what it is, but do not bash the tour that I spent 45 years playing. And the PGA Tour created this big golf world a little bit, the RNA and the PGA. So you can leave and go to LIV, but don't start bashing the PGA Tour on the way out. That's what his point was, that they were being, and Craig Norman's a #1 villain.
Yeah, and I don't know how many guys have bashed it on their way out. I think most guys would like to play both. I haven't heard like Dustin Johnson bashing it. I think it was
Greg Norman.
And I think Phil took a couple shots at him because they took a lot of shots at Phil. I think he took a couple shots at him. But
by the way, he looks thin.
Yeah.
Have you seen Phil?
Yeah,
he looks thinner than I do. God damn it.
He looks good. I mean, life's good when you have so much money that you can be a horrible gambler and still have a lot of money. And
how does he? Yeah. But how's he losing that much money gambling? Like, come on, dude.
Well, and again, I wish that, and he's probably not a good enough golfer anymore, but I'd love to see John Daly on the LIV Tour for like a couple of these events. I mean, he's at Augusta right now, probably parked at Hooters doing his thing, playing music, and has got all sorts of people because I think that's what he does. But he's still out there playing pro-ams with guys and playing, drinking,
big beard,
having fun,
big gullet.
I think he'd be great to have on one of these made-for-TV shows, golf shows, and everything.
He won the British Open. I mean, we all know he won the PGA in '91 with the mullet. It was the last alternate to get in, but he also won the British Open one year. He beat Constantino Rocca. So, all right, my brother.
All right.
He's Bergie on Booker. We do what we do. Do it pretty well.
Cheers.
Coffee.
Happy Easter.